Today's date is Monday, July the 22nd, 2004. It's 5:30. I'll call this meeting to order. Please rise. Vice President Larkin, would you lead us in the invocation, please?
Father, we thank you for this day and this opportunity we have to come together on behalf of this great city. We pray that everything we do and that we say is pleasing in your sight. Bless us all in Jesus' name.
Amen. Face the flag, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Marcello?
Here.
Councilman Godfrey?
Here.
Councilman Larkin?
Here.
District 2 is vacant. Councilman Reynolds?
Here.
Councilman LeBoux?
Here.
President Hooper?
Here, the visitors docket is set aside for anyone who wishes to come forward and speak on an item that is not on tonight's agenda. I'll call on Mr. Anthony Eves to come forward first. You have 5 minutes, sir.
Anthony Eves, I'm a district judge up in Vernon Parish, as many of y'all know. In my 10th year of service, I'm running for the Court of Appeals, which includes y'all's area down here. Hey, I'm glad everybody came to see me tonight, by the way. That's right. And so I appreciate y'all's consideration. A little bit about me. I'm a resident of Vernon Parish. It includes Vernon, Beauregard, most of Calcasieu, Cameron, Jeff Davis. And I do many things. I'm a pastor as well as I actually pastor 2 churches, so pray for me, you know. Somebody jokes and say, why you pastor 2 churches? I say, because we Baptists, we like to run preachers off pretty regularly. So, you know, anyway. Hey, November 5th is the election date. I appreciate your consideration for that, and I won't take much of y'all's time. Thank y'all for having me tonight. Appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Next, I'll call on Miss Tracy Leonard. You have the floor, ma'am.
My name is Tracy Leonard. I'm here from Calcasieu Parish. I am here to introduce endeavors to you guys, the city of DeRidder. We are a rapid rehousing program. We are currently targeting the Delta and Laura survivors. And these are people that are still in FEMA campers and receiving some type of FEMA assistance. So what we're doing is we're finding them long-term housing. We work alongside with Louisiana Housing Corporation, and they pay the voucher, the rent monthly. But we work along with them, and we find them long-term housings, and then we provide 12 months of intensive case management. So if these people need Social Security benefits, SNAP benefits, VITAP, anything like that, we connect them with the resources that they need, or some people need permanent solution housing, which is a long-term housing voucher. So again, we cover Calcasieu, Jeff Davis, Alan, Beauregard, and Cameron. And I just wanted to come out here and introduce what we do to y'all. So if y'all see or somebody comes up to you and you're on private property and they say they have a voucher with Endeavors, they're speaking about us. We cover their application fee and their deposit to move in, and then Louisiana Housing Corporation pays their rent for up to 12 months. So we're really just working on the, we call them survivors because they're survivors. And I've got some flyers, I'm gonna leave them at the table up there if anybody.
So, Ms. Leonard, may I ask, do y'all do the research to try to find these citizens that are living in these trailers?
They're actually referred to us by FEMA. So,
Okay.
that's, right now, that's where we're getting our direct referrals from, and those people have disaster case managers through FEMA, and they're also in a FEMA unit.
Okay.
So, they could be displaced all over within those 5 parishes. I've even moved somebody back home to New Orleans recently, so as long as they're in the state, I would move them anywhere.
Okay.
Move them back home.
Well, great. Well, we appreciate what you do for our citizens. Any questions from the council for Ms. Leonard? Okay, thank you
for your time.
Appreciate you coming. Okay, next we'll move to Miss Jackie Harrington. She's going to come and give us an overview on the National Night Out program that's going to be going on here soon. You have the floor, Miss Harrington.
I work for the police department and I coordinate National Night Out. This is our 6th year to participate, and the event brings our community together in a fun and meaningful way. And that's one of the things that drew me to the mission of National Night Out. And that mission is, it's an annual community building campaign that promotes police-community partnerships and neighborhood camaraderie to make our neighborhoods safer and a more caring place to live. This year is N&O Fun Night, and with a TV game show theme. So some of the things that you'll see at N&O Fun Night are extra large games for the kids. We're gonna have bingo, car show, laser tag, resource vendors, food trucks, and lots of cash prizes. So to kick off National Night Out, the day before, we have Neon Entertainment providing a TV game show experience called The Price is What, which is based on the Price is Right TV game show. So you'll want to come on down and maybe win a prize or two at the War Memorial Civic Center on August 5th. The two slides that you see on the screen now are geared towards our senior adults, but we welcome everyone, you know, of all ages to come. This is because these are indoor events, so they can stay cool, because we're trying to bring the community together, all ages. And the senior adults were the lacking, I guess, age group at N&O. So Monday night, you'll play The Price is What, and then Tuesday night we'll also have another round, but that will be outdoors. And then inside for the senior adults at N&O is a bingo. Next slide is for our kids. We're gonna kick off the week before with Books with the Blue and Cones with the Cops.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Any questions?
Mr. President,
Yes, go ahead.
I would just like to say thank you to Miss Jackie, because which there's many programs that the city of DeRidder does. But this is one program that just brings national attention to the city of DeRidder. And when you look at the work that is put in this is such a professional job that I know this council as well is proud of, and I know the police chief is proud to have you. But we just want to say thank you for what you do, because it's a fun event, it's a family event, and it's an appreciated event. Thank you, Jackie.
Yes, thank you, Jackie. I was pleased to see a larger city near us kind of expanding their offerings for N&O this year. So I was tickled that they're probably trying to keep up with you. So thank you for all you do.
Go ahead. Is there any registration needed for any of the children's events?
No.
They don't have to register, just show up?
Just show up. And everything's on our Facebook page and the city page, all these flyers.
Okay, well, thanks for giving us an overview, and we look forward to this year's event. I know it will be a bang, because y'all always do a great job. And I know, don't we have the MPs come down
Yes.
too? Yes?
Fort Polk will be there with a lot of their demonstrations, and,
Yes.
You know, they will be setting up with us in
Great,
partnership.
great. All right,
And everything is free,
everything is free,
except the food trucks.
except for the food trucks, okay? Well, thank you. All right, thank you, Chief. I know you have an engagement. Appreciate y'all giving us an overview of that for our kids in our community. Okay, we have no amendments to the agenda. The minutes from our July the 8th meeting have been distributed. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Hearing no corrections, the minutes are approved. We have no service award bid awards. We will move to item 10A, appointment of officers of the council. The election of the president of the council. I will open the floor for nominations. Mr. Marcella, you have the floor.
Thank you, Council President. I would like to nominate Council Vice President Randy Larkin to the position of Council President.
Thank you. Do I have any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, the nominations are closed. Any comments from the public? Thank you. We'll call roll. Is that correct, Ms.
That's
Luther?
correct.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Godfrey,
Yes.
Councilman Larkin,
Yes.
District 2 is vacant. Councilman Marcello,
Yes.
Councilman Reynolds,
Yes.
Councilman LeBoux,
Yes.
President Hooper.
Yes. Mr. Larkin will take position at the next meeting. Is that correct, Mr. Lestance? Yes. Okay. We'll move to the next item, which will be the election of vice president. I will open the floors for nominations.
Mr. Hooper, I would like to nominate Wayne Godfrey as the vice president.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, the nominations are closed. Any remarks from the public? We will call the roll.
Councilman Larkin,
Yes.
District 2 is vacant. Councilman Marcello,
Yes.
Councilman Godfrey,
Yes.
Councilman Reynolds,
Yes.
Councilman LeBoux,
Yes.
President Hooper.
Yes. Mr. Godfrey will take position at the next meeting. Next item is the appointment of District 2 for a temporary position until the election will be held. I'll open the floors for nominations. Mr. Marcello?
Thank you. Council President, out of respect to former Councilwoman Hickman, I would like to nominate Ms. Monty Woods, who Ms. Hickman had recommended to fill the District 2 councilperson seat until there is an election in March. Ms. Woods has lived in District 2 all her life. She's a member of Starlight Missionary Baptist Church. She's a graduate of DeRidder High School, go Dragons, and earned her education degree from Northwestern State University. Ms. Woods is a longtime educator in the Beauregard Parish Schools. After graduating, she came back to her hometown and has taught business education for over 25 years at DeRidder High School. So now, I would like to formally nominate Ms. Monty Woods to the temporary position of council seat for District 2.
Thank you. Mr. Marcello, may I have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Godfrey, thank you, sir. We've got a motion and a second. Are there any other nominations? Mr. Reynolds?
Council President, I'd like to nominate Mr. Joe Sowells. Mr. Sowells has already served in the city on the Planning and Zoning Commission, so I know he understands the ordinances and the processes that are involved. In fact, he probably still has one of these. That's the book of ordinances. He's already proven his ability to listen to those constituents that are in need of some consideration from the city, whether it be a variance or a rezoning or anything else. He very well knows the process. Not only has he been on the municipal government side of things, I clearly remember my first meeting with Mr. Sowells. He came in my office about a week or two after I took the position of Public Works Director, and he was soaking wet because it was raining outside, and he wanted to present me with a problem, and so he did, and then he told me how the cow ate cabbage. He said he was tired of being told stories from the previous directors about how something couldn't or wouldn't be done, and I knew he was serious about it, and I knew we had to do something to get it done. It later resulted in the completion of a CDBG grant, which involved the rebuilding of a lift station and upgrade to sewer lines, I believe, in that area, if I'm correct, which benefited the entire neighborhood. That was a big deal for that area. It was a big problem. He was most patient through that process. Grants are not an easy process. It takes time, but he understood once we were able to communicate and understand what the problems were and how we could go about it. I know he loves the city, and he's proven that by investing specifically in District 2. He's platted property, he's developed property, he's built residential homes and sold them to families, which is just another example of the understanding of the process of things such as developing and plating for approval by the city, and permitting. That is also another process that is involved with that. He built his own house on the corner of a large crossroad in District 2 where everyone who passes can clearly see whether or not he mowed his yard. He's surrounded by his family, so he must be easy to get along with. I know his heart desires what's best for the city, and for those reasons, I've chosen to nominate Mr. Sowells for the vacant seat to represent District 2 for the remainder of that term.
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you.
I'd like to make a comment also.
Yes, sir.
If it,
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I do not know Ms. Woods, but everything that I've heard, she's a fine lady. And she was recommended by, my fellow seatmate, Ms. Hickman here. I do not take the recommendation, of Council Lady Hickman lightly. However, I have known Joe Sowells for over 35 years. I've known his late father even longer. When I was in the insurance business, Joe, your dad had his school bus insurance and health insurance would be for 30 years. So I have a lifelong relationship with Sowells. And like Danny said a few minutes ago, one of the deciding factors for me is that it will not be a learning curve for Joe since he has served on the planning commission and he knows how government works. Ms. Hickman, I had 2 other calls from 2 other gentlemen that also wanted to be appointed. I think all these folks will make excellent council members, but Estella, my closest friend, I hate to disappoint you, but I'm gonna vote with Saul. He's just a lifelong friend, and I hope I can become friends with Ms. Woods the same way in the future.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, Ms. Woods, I will ask if you want to speak first, or Mr. Chu, or Mr. Harris. It's your decision.
I wrote something down, but now I don't even wanna read it. I'm here to represent Mrs. Woods, because I've been knowing her a long time. Somebody say they don't know her. How do you don't know her? She teach your kids, she teach your grandkids. She give out all kind of scholarships. Every year, she's at the school giving out scholarships. She has worked in this community with our kids, with the elderly, with all of us for years. We love Miss Marty Woods, and I love Joe too. Now don't misunderstand me. He's my friend, but we love her. And the reason why, if Miss Artemis Hickman, Carhee Hickman wouldn't have nominated her, it'd be a different situation. She wouldn't have recommended her, appointed her, but she did. So out of respect, there's no way that I think that you would even try to go over there. This is history if you do it today. Because somebody told me that they was recommended, and they stayed in there after they was recommended for years and years and years. And somebody could say amen, or they don't have to say amen, because I'm not calling no name. So I think out of respect for Artemis Carhee Hickman being close with you, and I know she fought, because I know she used to be on the phone fighting, and Marty gonna do the same thing. So I'm not saying nothing against my friend Joe, because he's truly my friend. But I think that Marty, out of respect for Artemis, I think the reason why we just want to have what we want that'll benefit us. That's not what we want. We want somebody that's gonna benefit District 2 and not gonna do with just agree with everything you say. We don't want nobody to just agree with what you say. Right. You're not gonna respect nobody to just agree with what you say. Right. You might claim you are, but you're not. Right. We don't want nobody. Artemis didn't agree with everything y'all say. And a lot of you didn't like it. I know that. And a lot of you just want Joe in there because you feel like he gonna just do what you say. We don't want that. We want somebody that's gonna stand up for District 2, gonna fight for District 2, gonna go out there and battle for us, even if they can't get it done. We know in the end it's up to y'all whether we let it get done or not. They could talk all day. I done heard Artemis on the phone talking and we still didn't get it done. And I had to go through somebody else. He know who I went through and he's getting it done. And I appreciate him, I love him for that. So I stand on the grounds that Marty, Staten, Woods is the best for our district, and we know who we want. And we're here for her today. Now it's up to y'all. We have no power. It's been going on for years and years and years. You get who you want and who you lack and who gonna do you some good. But that's not how it's supposed to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chu. Ms. Woods?
Good evening, everyone. God is good. I know He is. To the mayor, the city council members, and all of you that are here. My name is Monty Mary Johnson Woods. I am a lifelong member here of DeRidder, 59 years. And you may not know me, but you knew my grandparents and you knew my ancestors. My grandfather lived on Rock Street. I lived on Ollie Street. I now reside on the corner of Oak and Vine. Been here in this community all my life. I am a mother, a grandmother to 4 beautiful little ones, sister, aunt, cousin, and a friend. I'm a member of Starlight Missionary Baptist Church, as Councilman Marcello stated. Daniel Stafford is my pastor, and I serve as the secretary. I'm a graduate of DeRidder High School, Go Dragons, 1983, 10 years before you did, Mr. Reynolds. And I teach there now. Now, I taught in Vernon Parish for 11 years prior to coming back home because it was hard getting a job here, but I kept fighting till I got back here, and I've been at DeRidder High School for the last 25 years. Taught your daughter, Trinity. And I love this community. I've been employed as an educator for 36 years. This is year 37. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping because I love it. I love being in a classroom. Wouldn't want to be anybody's principal. That's not what I want to do. I want to educate my students. So that's why I stayed in the classroom. I love this community, and I would be honored to serve on the city council and be a voice for the community and this district. I respectfully request that you honor the recommendation of former District 2 Representative Mrs. Artemis Carhe. This will allow us to maintain stability and progression until we can elect a new representative at the special election. We can work together. I'm ready to serve. Thank you for your time and attention regarding this matter.
Mr. Harris, you have the floor, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Thank you.
First, I'd like to say that I've known Joe and Monty my entire life. The 3 of us shared something. We shared the same road for years. All of our life, all of my life. I have the utmost respect for both of them and all of their accomplishments because I know they came from very humble beginnings and they had to work and earn what they've acquired. And I tell Joe all the time how much I respect him and how much I admire him, and likewise to Monty because of your accomplishments. So much you guys have done, not only for our community, but for all the kids around, not just in the city, but Joe and Neesville, the impact you're making around the entire state. I want to tell you that, in my opinion, I disagree with one thing that Mr. Chu said. He said it is your decision. I totally disagree with that. I disagree with that because I look at this as a mechanism to divide us.
That's right.
We'll go to the same church. We'll worship the same God. But as soon as Stephen come to our neighborhood, knocking on our doors, asking us to run for this office, Stephen, knowing that there's only one temporary seat, but he contact 5 and 6 of us for that one seat.
Right. Amen.
And tell us he's gonna support us. Look around, tell me, do you see Stephen here today? You know why Stephen's not here? Because Stephen's used to throwing bones, throwing stuff, and hiding his hands. The reason we will never come together is because we would not be humble enough to allow someone else to do the right thing. What's the right thing? The right thing is if Artemis sat in that seat and made decisions for our city, and we say that we support her while she was there, we need to support her on her way out.
That's right.
That's just the way that it is. I don't care who she chose. If she thought that person was fit to sit, then they need to be in that seat. Now, the city council, they're exactly right about another thing. They do not have to agree.
That's right.
But guess what? Everyone don't agree to do the right thing.
That's right.
In order to do the wrong thing, you have to choose to do the wrong thing.
That's right.
The right thing is to follow the same procedures that was used for them to sit in their seats.
Yeah.
Not to change the procedures when one of us decide to be sat in that seat. Or make the decision to have one of us there. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. I know where you come from. I remember the road was dirt. and we would have to pull each other out of the ditches. I remember when we had the septic tanks in the backyard.
That's right.
I remember before we had street lights. I remember this. I'll never forget where I've come from. And your parents who helped me along the way. I'll never forget that. Let's not allow this temporary seat to divide us. We say we love each other. The best way to show love is to show love. This is the temporary seat. The right way is to allow what ought to be said to happen, and if you want to run for office in February, you qualify, that's the right way. Wrong is wrong, and right is right. We gotta let Stephen know that we know who he is.
That's right. Separate them.
And we can't afford a horse. That's all I got.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. I have these 3 cards that were filled out. I'm gonna let 2 more people speak. Ms. Moore. Ms. Moore, you have the floor.
Hey y'all.
How you doing?
Good to see everybody. Now, I don't have a whole lot to say because I commend, I don't know where it went, Michael Harris.
Yes.
On everything that he said, I did know, I don't know if you heard me back there saying, yeah, right, yeah. Anyway, I came because I'm not here to say that I'm representing the community. I'm here as Cameron Haynes Moore, Councilwoman Emerita, who sat there and know how things go. Now, everything that he said, yes. What's being said here, yes. I've been here longer than some, longer than most, other than these 2. I've been there. And the whole history, the whole time, I'm gonna tell you, we honored what an outgoing council member in good standing asked. We honored it. Without question, we honored it. We talked amongst ourselves. Yes, we had a meeting after the meeting. And we talked and we understood that if that person was good enough to sit there and represent, as he stated, we felt that that person was good enough to tell us who to put in that seat. So there was never, ever, I can't remember a time where we had 2 people or 3 people nominated for a position that was just 3 months. 3 months. This is just somebody to fill her seat. Danny, you know, you're my guy. You're my Rotary brother and everything, but I disagree with going against what Artemis asked. I disagree with that. I personally feel like it's because of some things that want to be done in the council, on the council. I know how it goes. I'm speaking from experience. I know that some of y'all are probably trying to make the quota by getting who you feel will work in there. But that's not the right thing to do for the next 3 months. Just like Mr. Harris said, anybody else who wants this or the person you may really want to be up there, help them campaign. Help them get the position the right way. But until then, you need to honor what Ms. Artemis said because we've done it before. And I'm not being funny. Randy, this is how you got here. Keith, John, all of y'all got here that way. Y'all stayed there because your district decided, hey, we got them there, they're okay, and we're gonna leave them. That's how y'all got there. Let's not play with it. That's how you got there. So why can't we do the same thing for this? I have a problem with that. Y'all know that I have always spoken for what I call my people. And my people was District 1, and I always said District 2, just because of, you know, the black community. I have always stood for them, whether they believed it or not. Y'all know I fought y'all in the public and behind the scenes on doing the right thing. I'm not there anymore, but I'm still fighting you guys. And I'm still holding, I can't say that for you and you, but I'm holding you and you and you and you responsible for doing the right thing. Because if you were leaving that seat right now, Vincent, you would want them to put whoever you wanted in that seat. Y'all will want that.
Right.
So don't start acting up now. And I know y'all thought y'all was through with me because I wasn't on the council. No. When wrong is wrong, it's wrong. And I just wanted to say that. Now y'all do what y'all want. Now I'ma still get you after it's over if it's not coming out right.
Thank you, Ms. Moore.
Kimron.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Moore, Ms. Moore.
Kimron.
What? Don't start that. What?
Mr. Hooper can tell you, I was at his office at 8:30 this morning, and I told him that I was probably going to vote for Ms. Moore.
No, for
Monty.
For
You
Monty?
weren't in that note?
you said me.
Huh?
You said you were
I
gonna
mean,
vote
I
for
mean,
me.
Ms. Woods. Isn't that right, Keith?
Yes, sir.
But what happened?
I thought about the lifelong friendship.
This is not nothing about a friendship, man.
Hang on, Ms.
You
Moore.
asked me, and I'm telling you, now listen to me, I'll listen to you. Friendships go a long way with me. In 120 days, there's gonna be another election.
Right.
I have no idea if Joe's even gonna run for the seat. There's no idea. I have not spoken to Joe since his name came up a month ago.
Right.
Have no idea. I've seen Ms. Moore. Either one would make fine candidates.
Right.
We can have an honest disagreement here, Kimron.
You're absolutely right, but the point that I was making to you,
I
Vincent,
understand. I
is
understand.
honor the system that's been going forth for the last I don't say 15 plus years. That's all I said. Hey, do whatever you want to do. We don't have to discuss it anymore. I just made my statement. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm not sure we should have gone down that slippery slope of letting council members dictate who's gonna take their seat. And this is where we've got in
Mr. Joe, would you like a chance to speak? Thank you, sir.
My name is Joe Sowell, and again, I'm going to say a lot of things that you have heard before. Okay, I am too a lifelong member of DeRidder. I too have lived on Oak Street all my life. But I have positioned myself to do other things. Yes, I have built houses, built rent houses. I come from a family of educators. I have two other sisters who have retired from here, from DeRidder. I am currently in education. I too also have 37 years in education. Okay. Now, it is an honor for me to stand here to at least be considered. But I do understand what all these people are saying. You know, I do. But I will stand fast that I will do what is best for DeRidder. DeRidder is not a white DeRidder. It is not a black DeRidder. It is not an Asian DeRidder. It is not an Hispanic DeRidder. It is DeRidder. It is DeRidder. And it is my obligation to do what is best for everyone. Now, there's no animosity to Monty. I have not spoken a word. I have got a phone call or two. I have not talked about it. I am not a Facebook person, but I understand what each and every one understand, what they have said. It has made sense to me. I will do the very best job I can do for everyone. But again, in the district that I am going to have to focus on them also, because they are people, and people is what happens. So, again, like I say, it is 100 days, and then whoever wants to run can run. Okay. Like I say, I'm not a Facebook person. I don't get into all of that. I do what I do, and I stand on my word. And I agree with some of the things that have been said, because Mr. Harris, he's from Oak Street too. We're all family, and we're all gonna stick together. The only thing that I will say is that I I will do the very best that I can do for DeRidder. I will maintain and try to uprise them to their highest. That is what is it. Other than that, I'm good. God is good to everyone.
Yes, he is.
You know, so, again, I'm from St. Mary, right down on the highway there, I attend there. So, you know, like to me, work is work. I've worked all our lives, you know, to get better. And I think DeRidder can be better. So, but again, I know it is a very hard decision, but, you know, we will all get by. We will all get by. You know, and regardless of which way, I'm not gonna stop speaking to her.
Amen.
And I know she's not gonna stop speaking to me. So, I do appreciate the opportunity. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If it happens, it's happened. But if it happens, I promise the community that I will do everything that I can do. Most of you know me. I don't, you know, I do what I do.
Yeah.
So if you have a problem, you go to Ms. Monteith, you can come to Coach Sowell. You know, we will do. But I do appreciate the opportunity that you have given me to serve in that position. And I applaud you because I know it will be a hard decision, but we will both survive.
Yes.
We will both survive. We will continue to work for the betterment of DeRidder. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, on that note, I too had several people call and wanted us to nominate them for this position. When Ms. Hickman ran for this position, there was no opposition in that district. So it's good to see the community here that's showing concern for that district. I love to see the community here at our meetings. A lot of meetings we conduct, we don't have one citizen in here. We need to be accountable. We need the public here to make sure we're doing what's right for the whole city.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what we're doing is what we think is right for the city. We were all elected to our districts for a reason. We have a vote, whether it be whatever's coming before us. We may not all be unanimous, but we still are here for the same reason. And that is to better our community. I'll open it up to the council for any closing remarks before we vote.
I kind of feel like I have to make some kind of closing remark. My first phone call the day after we were informed that we were gonna be having a vacancy, I made one phone call, and it in my mind, it was a phone call to a previous District 2 leader and representative, and all I said was, "Do you think Mr. Sowells would consider it?" He said, "Man, I don't know. Why don't you give him a call?" So I felt like I was going back to the District 2 representation. It was just a couple removed from current. I mean, I thought I did the right thing, and now I'm sitting here feeling like I'm letting somebody down, and that was never my intention. I simply knew that Mr. Sowells, and I explained that at the beginning. I mean, those are my dealings with Mr. Sowells, period. I called Mr. Sowells one day and I said, "Would you consider it?" He said, "You know what? I love this city. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea," he said, "because I don't want to be there no long time, and I know if I go in there and just fill the vacancy, then I don't have to be there a long time, and then whoever wants to run can run." That was the end of that conversation. There is no collusion, there is no talking about what kind of grand plans we're gonna do. None of that. Absolutely none of that. I simply nominated Mr. Salwell's based on his experience with the process, being on the planning and zoning, and being on the other side of things as a citizen and a property owner dealing with problems that were actually coming from city problems that we just had to fix, and we did fix. Anyway, I just, it was strictly about the understanding, and like Vincent said, there's no learning curve. That's it. Ms. Woods, utmost respect for you. I mean, I appreciate everything you have done and are doing. I didn't mean any disrespect to anybody. That's all. That's all I know to say. I just want the council to run smooth, and that's it. That's all I want. So, that's it.
Thank you. Yeah, Ms. Wood, if Danny would not have made that phone call to Joe, you would not have had it.
What you
It would
say,
have been an
Vince?
easy decision. Because of friendship, but we're only talking about 100 days here. And
Mr.
it
Vince,
just,
say it now, what you say?
I don't think y'all realize how much it pains us to go through this process. It really does. It hurts. You know, if Estella called me once, she called me 7 times on this thing.
Vince, what did you say? We didn't understand. If Dan wouldn't have made the phone call.
Russell.
I'm just asking.
This is not fun doing this
I know.
tonight, okay?
It ain't fun to us.
Let's just leave it alone.
May I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
I
Mayor.
actually was not gonna say anything at all, but after hearing from you, is Mr. Harris out there?
No.
He left? Okay. I think that it's probably pretty obvious, I can tell you in my last 6 years, it's been a pretty tense environment, with a lot of you in this room. I've gained some friends, some very close friends from people in this room, but I tell you what, we're talking about a temporary position. And we're talking about a situation where I can sit in this chair and Mr. Harris could stand there and say what he said, and I can tell you that I wanted to stand right next to him and give the same message. Okay, and so, while it's not, I don't have a vote, and I have said constantly to many of you, this is council business. Whoever wants it is gonna get it. I don't have a vote, not my lane, let them handle their business. But what I wanna say is that for 100 days, we have an opportunity to make a decision based on unity. And it's not necessarily about who's better and who's worse, because I'm telling you, I hope that when the election comes up, these fine people are on the ballot. Because this is what we need. I can tell you that there are some exciting new things happening in District 2. You know, we've had meetings, we're having community meetings about a new development in District 2. So I think probably some of the most progressive times for District 2 are coming, and they're just right ahead in the future. So, you know, I don't have a say and I don't have a vote, but as I sit here today and I listen to everybody, we're being given an opportunity for people to trust us.
Yes.
And it's not because of a procedure, because there is no procedure. It isn't in black and white. So, you know, it isn't in our bylaw for the council to accept someone's nomination. That there is no procedure. That isn't right, that isn't wrong, that isn't law. It is what has been done in the past for who knows how long. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. So there is no right or wrong answer here, but what I'm telling you is we're being presented with an opportunity to try to unite and to try to gain the trust of people who for a very long time, for a lot of political reasons, have not trusted us. And we all know that we come here every single day to do the right thing, to help grow our city, and we know in our hearts that we are all trying. I know each and every one of you, we all feel as though we're having to prove that honesty each and every day. And it's sometimes very unfair, and it feels very unfair when we know we're trying to do the right thing. But what I'm telling you is, I think that we're presented with an opportunity to try to gain that trust and to unite our community and to keep everyone together. Because I think that Mr. Joe halfway understands that, and it's not personal. I think that you're, other than sometimes I see you wearing that C on your hat. I think that from what I know, you're a remarkable person.
I gonna tell you, regardless of the way you go, I think Ms. Bonte and myself are on the same page. We're gonna fight for what we think is right.
And if y'all could share the same seat in this situation, it's probably what we ought to do. But they have to make a decision, and I did not plan on stating any of that, but I did feel led, because I do feel like we're kind of at a crossroads right here. And, I want y'all to know that there is no right or wrong procedure, there is no law. And I want you to know how I feel, even though I don't get a vote in it, I want you to know my heart on the situation. So I appreciate you all coming here today, and those of you that have reached out to me, I've tried to explain that I don't really have a vote and it's not up to me, but I want you to know my heart. I don't envy any of them, and so I have full confidence that whatever we do is going to be the best decision for our city. So thank you for your time.
Anyone else? Okay.
So I
Mr.
came
Larkin?
here with my mind made up in a different direction, and just to prove to myself and to Ms. Moore a comment she made that I disagree with. We are very good friends. We love each other, but we have disagreed a lot over the years. But there is no agenda. We don't have a plan for who we would like to put in here. I know Mr. Sowles as well. He's the only one I know. And someone said he taught you, Mr. Chu said, she taught your kids, your grandkids. No, she didn't. I'm from Rose Pine.
Oh, I didn't say she taught
So,
yours. I was
you
just
said
talking about
us,
the group.
yeah.
Somebody
So I just
knows,
want you to
yeah.
know, I know nothing about
They say
her.
nobody knew anything.
And that has no bearing on what I'm gonna decide. And to prove to myself and to another person in this room, I may have to change just because only what the mayor just said and the unity that we need, and it is only 100 days. And then if y'all are so united, you will get behind one candidate and put them in office. Is that correct? I don't wanna, I'm gonna say this as politely, don't come at us with we're not united and we're doing the division, as Mr. Harris said. We are not dividing anything. I have not seen any of you in this room, as Mr. Hooper has said, at any of our meetings, except on an issue that you are saying we're being divisive about. So remember that in the future. There is no race issue here. There is no collusion issue here. I have not discussed with anybody except who are we nominating, because I didn't have one. I don't know everybody unless I go down an address list. I have an aunt and uncle that lives over there, and one in the 80s and one in the late 70s, and I know they wouldn't be appropriate for this job. So I was just going based off of whatever our community had to say and based off of what my personal opinion was. Ms. Wood, no disrespect to you. I know nothing about you except tonight. Honor you for your 37 years of teaching. That is a big task, because I once was a student and I know my teachers had a big task with me. So let it be said, me personally, I don't believe in anything that's talked about when it says division. We are not about that. No, we're not. This person is not about that. So if you want to say that about everyone else, you may, but make sure to know you're going to be corrected by me when this comes up again. I am a God-believing, Bible-believing Christian, and I don't believe we should act that way. Okay? So just let that be known when I cast my vote. Thank you.
Mr. Godfrey, would you like to
I
add
would,
anything?
I would like to say that, there's no division here. And the reason why I'm backing Councilwoman Artemis' selection is because I know her personally. And I know that if she chose Ms. Woods, I know it was a reason why. And I'm here to honor that, no matter what. I may be outvoted, but I feel that we as a community, when we see that we are doing things against one another, sometimes it takes the bigger person to say, I will withdraw myself so that peace can be restored in our community. There's too much going on about division. There's no division here. Each one of us here is out for the betterment of the city. Even though I may be over District 1, I'm for the betterment of the whole city. I just don't ride around District 1 to see what's going on in District 1. I go around the whole city because the whole city is my responsibility with the rest of my brothers here up on this, up here. So I'm just saying today, I am going to honor Councilmember Autumn Meeks' choice. And that's gonna be my vote.
Anything else? Go ahead.
For the sake of, for the sake of unity, Mr. Sowells, I wasn't trying to throw you into a fire or nothing, man. I don't know what to tell you. I apologize for that. I didn't put you on the spot. But I just want to reiterate one thing. I did consult with District 2 representation before I made that phone call, okay? It was.
Order. Order, let him speak.
I consulted with the previous, District 2 representative that was elected, not appointed, elected by the people. And I thought that speaking to someone that was elected by the people would have a good idea of whether or not my mind was in the right spot. And that's the reason that I made that phone call to you, Mr. Sowells. But very, very simply, I'm here for the city, period. That's it. And the whole city. Vincent and I are at large, that's the whole daggum city. I don't care what color you are, I don't care what church you go to, I don't care if you play T-ball or not, I don't care about none of that. But for the sake of unity, Mr. Sowells, I think it's probably best if I just withdraw my nomination. Do you think that's?
Sir, I ask you to do what you think is right.
Well, let's,
I have no problem.
why don't I withdraw my nomination? And I apologize to anybody that misunderstood, but I'm gonna agree with what Mr. Watkins said. There is no agenda. There ain't, and this, you will see, there is no way, there is no agenda. There is no big master plan. There is no way, there's no way. There's no way. Okay, so that's not the case. But, Mr. Sowells, I've got the utmost respect for you. From the day I met you in that office back there. I would like to withdraw my nomination.
Mr. Reynolds, I accept that withdrawal and I respect you.
Well, let's get it, let's go.
Okay.
Council President.
Y'all ready? Let's go.
Council President, excuse me, please.
Go ahead.
I have one word. First, I want to thank all of the folks that have turned out tonight. I want to thank Mr. Sowell and Ms. Woods. Did y'all know y'all were so popular? I want to say that
Just do what we do.
well, I'm glad, and I hope you both continue to do that. There's one word that I hope we can leave out of this room without again. Because we were looking at two people, that is a democratic process. It is not a divisive process amongst a neighborhood, among people in DeRidder. And I heard Mr. Harris, who I have the utmost respect for, but I am going to formally disagree that if we use the word divisive, that young man in the back of the room, sitting there, is going to grow up to think this town is divisive.
Right.
And it's going to have to begin with us showing that we can agree on different people, but it doesn't mean we're divisive. So please take that out. And I respect Mr. Larkin for saying that as well. I wasn't going to say anything on this, but I felt it needs to be heard. Because if it is going to make a community of District 2 feel divisive, only you can do that. And only you can say it won't. Thank you.
Can I say one more thing? I want to apologize to Mr. Lord, because I didn't mean divisive. Because I have That's my friend right there, Mr. Marcelo. I've been knowing Mr. Marcelo forever and ever. Matter of fact, he helps keep me in business. I had to sell my house and everything.
You didn't say that, sir.
Oh, well, I'm just making sure.
That was someone else.
And Mr. Pugh was like my white dad.
No, you're good.
And Mr. Kite was a good friend. Mr. Glendine my good friend. Mr. Marcelo still my friend. I'm just saying, in Vincent, me and him and Mr. Pugh was showing up at the house together, drinking coffee together. But I just speak what's in my heart, what I believe. And if I said that, I didn't mean nothing. I love black, white. It don't matter what color or what creed. If I feel like I'm right, I'm gonna fight for you and stand up with you.
Thank you.
And I just say what's right today. And I know it's right. Just, you know, recognizing all the means what she doing. All good.
Okay, thank you. We're gonna move on. So, we have one nominee. We have a second. We're gonna call the roll and vote on that nominee, and that's Ms. Woods. And, we'll move on. Miss Luther, you wanna call roll?
District 2 is vacant. Councilman Marcello?
Yes.
Councilman Godfrey?
Yes.
Councilman Larkin?
Yes.
Councilman Reynolds?
Yes.
Councilman LeBoog?
Yes.
President Hooper?
Yes. The vote is unanimous. So, Ms. Woods, if you will get in touch with, Ms. Luther, tomorrow, is that right, or Thursday?
Okay,
You're gonna be leaving, right?
I am.
Mr. Luther's gonna be on vacation, so we need to get the process started. And we would love to have as many people here at the next meeting. You will be sworn in at the next meeting, so we would love. Y'all are welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting. We're gonna vote on some ordinances and stuff, but you're welcome to dismiss. If some of you wanna leave, you're welcome to go ahead. We'll take a small break while everyone's exiting. And again, I wanna say this, when we have something that we're voting on, we love the community to come, okay? Mr. Chief, thank you for coming to voice.
I'm disrupting the meeting. I'm disrupting the meeting. That's all right, then. Get yourself up. Don't play with me. No, you're not. You're not. Never.
Oh, yes, Lord.
Ms. Moore? Yes, your, Mrs. Gilman's.
It's at our office. It's already disrupted. Oh, she got it. Come on, baby.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Yeah, I gave you 2 minutes. How many you want? Where you going, man? Okay, I'll give you another 2 minutes.
You got us dictated pretty good.
No, I don't want to.
see what's up.
Just a second. Glenna, this, we're not recording, though.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I just didn't say nothing that I wouldn't say to the world. I just don't, I like that.
Mr. Wilson, you leaving too?
Oh, my God.
No, Mr. President, I'm gonna do it again.
I love that for one more time. Huh? Okay, we're gonna, Allison's next. Is she next?
Where are
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure you could see.
Well, we don't need
Yeah,
it.
but she's not till over here. We're on resolutions, right?
Yeah, that's hard.
Oh, okay.
She's up
Okay, we have no condemnations. We're gonna move to resolutions. Mr. Lestage.
12A, Resolution R 2024-blank, a resolution authorizing the filing application with Louisiana Department of Transportation Development for grant under the following FTA programs managed through Louisiana DOTD. 149 CFR 5311, formerly grant for rural areas, whereas the Secretary of Transportation Development is authorized to make grants for mass transportation projects, whereas the contract for financial assistance will impose certain obligations upon the city, including provisions by the local share of project costs, whereas it is required by the Louisiana DOTD in accordance with provisions of Title VI of the Civil Rights Act 1964, in connection with the filing of the application for assistance that will comply with Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the U.S. DOTD requirements thereunder. Whereas it is the goal of the city that minority business enterprises utilize to the fullest extent possible in connection with the project, and that definitive procedures shall be established and administered to ensure that minority businesses shall have the maximum feasible opportunity to compete for contracts from procuring construction contracts, supplies, equipment, or consultant, and other services. Now therefore be it resolved by the city of DeRidder that section 1, the mayor of the city of DeRidder is authorized to execute and file an application on behalf of the city with Louisiana Department of Transportation Development to aid in the financing of operating and/or capital assistance project pursuant to FTA transit program. Section 2, the mayor of the city is authorized to execute and file such applications and assurance or other documentation required by the Department of Transportation Development effectuated in the purpose of Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 as amended. Section 3, the mayor of the city is authorized to furnish such additional information as Louisiana DOTD may require in connection with the application of the project. Section 4, the mayor of the city is authorized to set and execute appropriate minority business policies in connection with project's procurement needs. Section 5, the mayor of the city is authorized to execute grant contract agreements on behalf of the city with the Louisiana DOTD for aid in the financing of operating and capital assistance projects. Be it further resolved that this resolution is applicable for the fiscal year 2025 through 26 unless revoked by the governing body, and a copy of such revocation shall be furnished to the DOTD. Thus done and adopted this 22nd day of July 2024 by the City Council, City of DeRidder, Louisiana, sitting in regular session duly convened in council chambers of Louisiana.
At this time, I'll open the public comment. No comment from the public. Any remarks or questions from the council? May I have a motion to adopt this resolution as read?
I move to introduce the ordinance, the resolution is read.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. I've got a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Councilman Godfrey?
Yes.
Councilman Larkin?
Yes.
District 2 is vacant. Councilman Marcello?
Yes.
Councilman Reynolds?
Yes.
Councilman LeBeau? President Hooper?
Yes, the resolution has been approved. It is now adopted by the council.
12B, resolution number R-2024-blank, a resolution temporarily filling a vacancy in the office of the council member, District 2 of the City Council of the City of DeRidder, Louisiana. Whereas the resignation of council member R.B. Hickman, District 2 of the City of DeRidder on July 9, 2024 was created vacancy in said office of council member for District 2 of the City of DeRidder City Council, thereby necessitating temporary filling thereof by the governing body for replacement to fill the said vacancy within 20 days from the date of the vacancy, that is, on or before July 31, 2024, all in accordance with Louisiana law, including Louisiana Revised Statute 18602, as well as Section 206 of the city's home rule charter. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of DeRidder, Louisiana, does hereby name Monty Woods, who is a resident registered voter, District 2 of the City of DeRidder, Louisiana, to temporarily fill the vacant position of council member, District 2 of the City Council of the City of DeRidder, created by the resignation of council member R.B. Hickman, until the permanent replacement thereof is elected and seated. Thus done and adopted this 22nd day of July 2024 by the City Council of the City of DeRidder, Louisiana, sitting regular session duly convened in council chambers in DeRidder, Louisiana.
Thank you. I'll open the floor for public comment. Any remarks from the council? May I have a motion to adopt this resolution as read?
I move to adopt the resolution as read.
Thank you.
Second.
And we've got a second. We've got a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Councilman Larkin?
Yes.
District 2 is vacant. Councilman Marcello?
Yes.
Councilman Godfrey?
Yes.
Councilman Reynolds?
Yes.
Councilman LeBoux? President Hooper?
Yes, the resolution has been approved. The resolution is now adopted by the council. We'll move to introductions.
13A1, ordinance number O-2024-20 Charter Series, and ordinance authorizing a special exception request to place a 2024 Class B mobile home on property located at 325 Robinson Street, identified for Beauregard Parish Tax Assessor 0336-834-507, DeRidder, Louisiana, and being more fully described in the body of this ordinance, said property being presently zoned R3, as requested by Sharon Ann Jackson, and is all ordinances and parts of ordinance conflict herewith. Whereas the City Council of the city received an application for special exception use from Sharon Ann Jackson from the DeRidder Planning and Zoning Commission from the regular meeting held on Monday, July 15, 2024, for final action, the vote to approve the special exception request to be forwarded to the City Council for consideration. Whereas the applicant seeks to establish a residence by placing a 2024 Class B mobile home on the property located at 325 Robinson Street, presently zoned R3. Whereas the property is legally described as follows: Lot 7 and 8 of WM Code Subdivision, Second Edition, 325 Robinson Street, DeRidder, Louisiana. Now therefore be resolved, the City Council of the City of DeRidder does hereby grant Sharon Ann Jackson that special exception use for the purpose of placing a 2024 Class B mobile home on the above described property located at 325 Robinson Street, with the condition the home is to be used as applicant's residence and only as long as she owns said property and resides thereon. Be it further ordained, the City Council of the City of DeRidder does hereby determine this special exception use will not adversely affect the public interest. Be it further ordained that all ordinances and parts of ordinance in conflict herewith be and the same hereby repealed. Thus done and adopted this 26th day of August 2024 by the City Council, City of DeRidder, Louisiana, the City regular session duly convened in council chambers at DeRidder, Louisiana.
Thank you. May I have a motion for introduction?
Move to introduce as read.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. We've got a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
District 2 is vacant. Councilman Marcello?
Yes.
Councilman Godfrey?
Yes.
Councilman Larkin?
Yes.
Councilman Reynolds?
Yes.
Councilman LeBoux? President Hooper?
Yes, the motion has been approved. The public hearing is scheduled for August the 26th, 2004. Is Ms. Jackson here? We need to make sure that you're here at that meeting, August the 26th. Thank you, ma'am.
13A2, ordinance number O-2024-blank Charter Series, and ordinance authorizing the city to enter a contract with Vernon Council on Aging, Inc. for the purpose of providing transportation services to Vernon Council on Aging, Inc. citizens, clients, and within all ordinances and parts of ordinances in conflict herewith. Whereas the City Council of the City of DeRidder finds it in its best interest to contract with Vernon Council on Aging, Inc. and to provide transportation services to Vernon Council on Aging, Inc. citizens, clients pursuant to the terms and conditions contained in the contract attached here as Exhibit A. Now therefore be it ordained that the city through its mayor be and is hereby authorized to contract with Vernon Council on Aging, Inc. for transportation services of Vernon Council on Aging, Inc. citizens, clients pursuant to Exhibit A. Be it further ordained that all ordinances and parts of ordinances in conflict herewith be and the same are hereby repealed. Thus done and adopted this 12th day of August 2024 by the City Council, City of DeRidder, Louisiana, sitting in regular session duly convened in council chambers at DeRidder, Louisiana.
May I have a motion for introduction?
Move to introduce.
Thank you. May I have a second?
I second.
Mr. Godfrey, thank you. I've got a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Councilman Marcello?
Yes.
Councilman Godfrey?
Yes.
Councilman Larkin?
Yes.
District 2 is vacant. Councilman Reynolds?
Yes.
Councilman LeBoux? President Hooper?
Yes, the motion has been approved. The public hearing is scheduled for August the 12th, 2024.
13A3, ordinance number O-2024-blank Charter Series, ordinance authorizing the city to enter a contract with Allen Council on Aging, Inc. for the purpose of providing transportation services to Allen Council on Aging, Inc. citizens, clients, and completing all ordinances, parts of ordinances in conflict herewith. Whereas the City Council of the city finds it in its best interest to contract with Allen Council on Aging, Inc. and to provide transportation services to Allen Council on Aging, Inc. citizens, clients pursuant to the contract attached here to Exhibit A. Now therefore be it ordained that the city through the mayor be and is hereby authorized to contract with Allen Council on Aging, Inc. for transportation services of Allen Council on Aging, Inc. citizens, clients pursuant to Exhibit A attached here to. Be it further ordained that all ordinances and parts of ordinance in conflict herewith be and the same are hereby repealed. Thus done and adopted this 12th day of August 2024 by the City Council, City of DeRidder, Louisiana, sitting in regular session duly convened in council chambers at DeRidder, Louisiana.
May I have a motion for introduction?
I move to introduce.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. We've got a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Councilman Godfrey?
Yes.
Councilman Larkin?
Yes.
District 2 is vacant. Councilman Marcello?
Yes.
Councilman Reynolds?
Yes.
Councilman LeBoux? President Hooper?
Yes, the motion has been approved. The public hearing is scheduled for August the 12th, 2024.
13A4, ordinance number O-2024-blank Charter Series, ordinance authorizing the city to enter into a contract with Beauregard Council on Aging, Inc. for the purpose of providing transportation services to Beauregard Council on Aging, Inc. citizens, clients, and completing all ordinances, parts of ordinance in conflict herewith. Whereas the City Council of the city finds it in its best interest to contract with Beauregard Council on Aging, Inc. and to provide transportation services to Beauregard Council on Aging, Inc. citizens, session to the convening council chambers at DeRidder, Louisiana.
May I have a motion for introduction?
Move to introduce.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Marcello. Please call the roll.
Councilman Larkin?
Yes.
District two is vacant. Councilman Marcello?
Yes.
Councilman Godfrey?
Yes.
Councilman Reynolds?
Yes.
Councilman Ledoux?
Yes.
President Hooper?
Yes, the motion has been approved. The public hearing is scheduled for August the 12th, 2024. Public hearings.
13B1, an ordinance granting a variance to Gloria Blake to build an 856 square foot home on her property located at 913 Lewis Avenue, presently zoned R3, identified by Beauregard Parish Tax Assessor number 0336-216-238, and repealing all ordinances and parts of ordinance on conflict with.
At this time, I'll open the public hearing. I'll ask if anyone wishes to speak in favor or in opposition of this ordinance to please come forward. Is Ms. Blake here?
She is.
Come on down.
Everyone. Thank you for all being here today and me being able to be here. So, of course, I agree with it. So, I don't know what else to say, but, I appreciate it being considered. And this is something I've been waiting for a long time. My little old house there, that was my very first house that I bought. So, to be able to get a brand new one and tear down the old one, it'll be a new beginning for me, even at the age of 62, I'm blessed to be here.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your decision and consideration.
It'll be a beautiful asset to the community, Ms. Blake.
And it's where it is exactly, I grew up across the street from there.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
really from that street my entire life, except for maybe the last 4 years from where I live now because of my house. So to go back to where I was raised, and that is district, that's in our district, I'm part of it. Yeah, so it's
Well.
a blessing to even be considered.
Great.
We're happy for you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, well, thank you. Anyone else in the audience want to speak on this matter? Public hearing is closed. Any remarks, closing remarks from the council? May I have a motion to adopt?
I move to adopt this ordinance.
Thank you.
I second.
Everybody wants to second that, right?
Good part of this.
We all
We
want
all
to
want
second
to be a part of it, man. Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Okay,
Done moving.
so I have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
District two is vacant. Councilman Marcello?
Yes.
Councilman Godfrey?
Yes.
Councilman Larkin?
Yes.
Councilman Reynolds?
Yes.
Councilman Ledoux?
Yes.
President Hooper?
Yes, the motion has been approved. The ordinance is adopted by the council. So, Ms. Blake, you get with Mr. Martin, is that right? Mr. Scott, you get with Mr. Scott and everything will proceed forward.
Everything's done.
Everything's done.
Just waiting on y'all to hit.
We wait, you waiting on us to say yes.
I'll wait.
It's sin, huh?
Send.
Sin.
Well, great. You're welcome to stay, but you can leave, Ms. Blake. We have no payments tonight. We have no payments, so we'll move to reports. We don't have anybody left. Fort Johnson XO, you came to a great meeting. Woo! Nothing to add, okay. We had changing of the command, is that correct?
Yes.
Just give an overview of that.
I was on leave, wasn't there.
Okay.
Yeah, it happened, and then tomorrow, Wednesday, the post command sergeant major switches out as well. So it's a completely new team for Fort Johnson, but just continue. No changes in the op tempo or anything expected, but other than that, just new faces, but
Good.
still move forward.
Okay, great.
Do you live on base?
I do, sir.
Good housing.
Okay, if the council has any, things they need to reach out to, the department heads, just feel free to reach out. Remember the National Night Out. That's coming up. We do have, our LMA conference. I think 4 of us are going. So, remember that. And, any closing remarks from the council?
Yeah, is this your last meeting?
Wait, I got what? I got something else?
After reports.
Lord mercy. What? That threw me a curve. Mr. LeBeau, yes, this is my final meeting as president. I wanna thank the council for electing me, to serve as president, and, these meetings right here are very stressful, because, you know, we have a few of these that come up during our, term, and I think I try to be a good mediator and try to keep, order and try to give everyone a chance to speak, and, but I need a break, so, I look forward to, letting Mr. Larkin and Mr. Godfrey, lead the next, meetings going forward.
You know, Keith, I can remember when I was sitting with you, and we have full house, contentious meeting like this afternoon. I could literally feel my heart sometimes feel like it's coming.
Yeah,
When
we
you're
age.
sitting where you're at, and I just want you to know that, you've had some easy meetings and you've had some not so easy meetings like tonight. But we all appreciate the service that you've done above and beyond. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I second that.
Thank you, sir.
Well, it threw me a curve, so we do have one other thing. The proclamation.
Okay.
Mr. Lestage.
All right. The proclamation, special election, council member, District 2, City of DeRidder, Louisiana. Whereas an anticipated vacancy has been created in the office of council member, District 2, City of DeRidder, due to the announcement of council member Artemis Hickman of her resignation effective July 9, 2024. Whereas there is more than 1 year remaining between July 9, 2024, between the prospective effective date contained in the notice of resignation submitted by council member Artemis Hickman in the end of her term. Whereas section 206, filling vacancies in the charter of the city of DeRidder, requires the governing authority of the city to call a special election to fill the anticipated vacancy when more than 1 year of the term remains unexpired. And whereas on the 22nd day of July 2024, at the regular meeting of the governing authority of the city of DeRidder, this proclamation was presented for the specific purpose of filling the anticipated vacancy. And whereas on motion of council member TBD to issue the proclamation and seconded by council member TBD, a roll call vote was held and the following results were recorded. Of course, that'll happen after this. Now therefore, we, the governing authority of the city of DeRidder, by virtue of the authority vested in us pursuant to the laws of the state of Louisiana, do hereby order and direct as follows. Section 1. A special primary and a special general election shall be held throughout District 2, the city of DeRidder, for the purpose of electing a council member to fill an anticipated vacancy in the office of council member District 2. Section 2. Any qualified person desiring to become a candidate for the office shall file a notice of candidacy accompanied either by a qualifying fee or a nominating petition as required or authorized by law with the appropriate election official in the manner and form and under the procedures and conditions provided by Louisiana Revised Statute 18461 and all other applicable provisions of the Louisiana Election Code, Louisiana Revised Statutes, Title 18, during the period commencing Tuesday, January 29, 2025, and ending on 4:30 p.m. on Thursday, January 31st, 2025. Section 3, the special election for the unexpired term shall be held and conducted under the applicable provisions of Louisiana Election Code. Section 4, the primary election shall be held on Saturday, March 29, 2025, and the general election shall be held on Saturday, May 3rd, 2025, at the times and places and in the manner prescribed by law. Section 5, the Secretary of State, Commission of Elections, Parish Board of Election Supervisors, Clerk of Court, Registrar of Voters, and all of the persons charged with any power, function, right, duty, or responsibility in conducting elections in the jurisdiction of the city of DeRidder, Parish of Beauregard, are hereby authorized, requested, directed, and empowered to exercise every lawful function and to do every act necessary to conduct the special election, to cause the returns to be made, to canvass and promulgate the results, and to perform all related and incidental functions. I would swear we have set our hands officially on the 22nd day of July, 2024, in DeRidder, Louisiana.
Thank you. I'll open the floor for any comments from the public. Hearing no remarks from the public, any questions or remarks from the council? Well, may I have a motion to adopt the proclamation as it was read?
Why don't you have, Wayne make the motion?
Well,
I make the motion.
Okay.
To accept as read.
okay.
Good job, Mike.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Really?
Scott.
Yes.
And, Mr. Larkin seconded. So there's been a motion and a second. We're gonna call the roll for the last time tonight.
Councilman Marcello?
Yes.
Councilman Godfrey?
Yes.
Councilman Larkin?
Yes.
District two is vacant. Councilman Reynolds?
Yes.
Councilman LeBouf?
Yes.
President Hooper?
Yes, the motion has been approved. A certified copy of the proclamation will be mailed to the Secretary of State, calling for a special election to fill the vacant seat of Council District 2. We do have those dates, is that correct?
Yes. March 29th and May the.
March 29th
And May the 3rd.
and May the 3rd if there's a runoff. So if the public is listening, if you live in that district, you have the opportunity to run. Please, consider running for that, district. I forgot to mention that Mr. Ramsey's here from, Mr. Representative Owen's office, so thank you for being here tonight, sir. Is there any other business? Going once, going twice, we're adjourned.
For the mark.
Oh.